Yo, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the channel, man. And today is the day that I'm going to share with you guys like a video that I haven't talked about or discussed. Yes, it's another talking head video, but who cares? If y'all rocking with me, y'all rocking with me. And we're going to talk about why did I choose to fully mod my ZL1 1LE to the max as possible versus me getting a ZL1 1LE. And I know y'all probably asking me like, man, why you modded? You could have just waited and got 100 game Nate's ZL1 1LE. And that was a car I wanted to get before I got this one, man. But you see, my boy Nate, man, he waited 14 months. I wasn't waiting 14 months for a car. And that was like one of the reasons why I decided to get the ZL1 1LE. I knew I wanted a 1LE regardless, but that's why I decided to get the ZL1 1LE and build it up. But before I give you guys my 4 or 5 reasons, we gonna cue the intro. Okay, so I got my phone up here so I can pull it up, man, so I can remember everything. But look at the skies, man. I know y'all see like sunny blue skies, but it rained not too long ago. But look at the skies over here, man. It's just crazy how beautiful it is, how it's light blue, but then you got the gray over here, and then over here, man, you got the sun setting over here, man. So if y'all follow me on Instagram, y'all can see the pictures I'm posting, but I'm posting on the screen here for y'all so you guys can see it. But man, it's crazy out here. But we're gonna jump straight into it. Like, this is my first 4 or 5 reasons, depends on how I'm feeling, on why I chose the ZL1 Good reasons, not because of trying to be cheap and all that, but I'm telling you guys from like a track guy perspective. That's a great way to put it. Why to get an ZL1 from a track guy's perspective and mod it. With that being said, the first thing is the weight difference. Don't get me wrong. The ZL1 1LE is the cream of the crop. Why? Because they had to put torque on there. Lots of torque and put a supercharger on there. Yes, it ran 716, but I guarantee you if they would have fully modded the LT1 with a heads and cam package, it would be up there with the ZL1 1LE. And this car is a little bit more nimble. The weight difference, you could definitely tell that it's 200 pounds shaved off the front, and you got a lot more power that's pushing you versus the ZL1 1LE. That supercharger, you can feel that weight there. And how I know this, because shout out to Q the Chaotic, shout out to the whole MOC, man. Shout out to Q the Chaotic, 100 Game Nate, and Race Car Friends. But for this topic I'm about to say, the story, shout out to Q the Chaotic, man, because he let me drive his ZL1. We got a car up on me that just like, let me downshift. And I actually understand like why people love the ZL1 and all of that, but for me, when I drove his car, even I said, I was like, man, this is just too much car for me. And it wasn't the horsepower I was talking about, it was just all that torque coming in. And I know y'all hear me talk about, yes, I know that my car make a lot of torque, and that's true, but coming from a supercharged car to an NA car, and that's what I love about this platform, is that it's so much smoother, which leads me to my second reason why I got the ZL1 outside of modded. How to get this car is the power curve, man. So when I modded this car with the heads and cam package versus ZL1 1LE, don't get me wrong, the supercharged cars make more torque earlier and faster than the naturally aspirated, but the thing is, it just kicks in at any random time. And sometimes when you're on a road course, you don't need all of that power that just brute force just like beating you in right there and there. And that's where the NA platform comes into play, and that's why I like it, because it's smoother and that linear curve is nice when you get into that power band, man. And that is my second reason on why I decided to get an ZL1 for the NA engine alone versus the ZL1 1LE. The third reason why I decided to get this car is because that is due to my second point, which I said before, where I ended off, the NA motor. Now, most people are gonna say, oh yeah, man, you try to make your car to be a ZL1 1LE. If y'all know me best, if y'all know me, like, I've been building this car up because I'm a track rat, I'm a track guy. That's what I do. I track my cars. I don't buy it for looks, I don't buy it for car shows. I buy it to dog the hell out of it and track the car, and that's what I do. If I go to car shows, that's nice, but in the meantime, I do track this car when I'm able to. So first and foremost, The third reason why I bought the SS1LE is because I can beat on it. I can beat the snot out of it, just like the ZL1 1LE. But what they don't tell you about them ZL1s is that when it gets hot out, very hot outside, them boys is heat soaking. I don't want to heat soak. That's the main reason. Like, heat soak is the main reason why I got the SS1LE. Yes, you can add an inner chiller. Yes, you can add all the other stuff to help with the cooling. But I mean, right here, I can beat on this car for 20 minutes, 30-minute sessions at a time, and I would never get a reduced power. I would never get a heat soak issue, which them ZL1 1LE boys would get. And that's why they wait till it's boost season at night and all that stuff. But don't get me wrong, the ZL1 got a place for everybody, and people just want to make that 1,000 wheel horsepower. That's not for me. Max, I want a 600 to the rear wheel on this, and that'll be perfect. If I decide to add more, I can add more, but at that point, I'd rather get like a ZL1 at that point. But 600 NA in this car is like the sweet spot. I won't go no more than that. The very fourth reason that I get into this is, like, people don't talk about this much, but I had my experience with the ZL1 1LE at the track, is that the ZL1 1LE is harsh. Like, since I moved out here to Arizona, I'm glad I don't have the ZL1 1LE because the suspension is very harsh. It's not good for daily driving. Yes, that's something that everybody want to get, but this magnetic ride control suspension is definitely underrated. You definitely underrate these suspension. People want to jump and say, oh, I want the cream of the crop. And yes, get the ZL1 1LE if you want to, but just be known that that suspension is very harsh and not everybody can handle that. And the magnetic ride control in this car complements this car well with the horsepower gain that you add. And there's a lot of people that I know personally that went from a ZL1 1LE and they actually traded it in to get an SS1LE and modded the engine up, which leads to my fifth decision why I got the SS1LE, is that I can get a reliable 500 to 600 rear wheel horsepower car. Yes, I'm avoid the warranty, but I'm not going to run to like the lifter issues, so that's another issue. So it's kind of like GM is forcing you to like mod the car a little bit, because if y'all know, these LT1 engines do have lifter problems. I mean, I didn't have that issue, or I know the ZL1s have oil pump problems. I didn't have that issue because I have a 22. I didn't change the oil pump because of the new redesign since it's a 22, so I figured they done iron all those out. But if you got a ZL1, between I think 17 through 19, the oil pump issues is pretty bad, but I feel like just go ahead and swap it out and get the K-Tech if you're adding the cam. Here, right here, if you got to change the lifters, you're already there. You might as well go ahead and get a cam. And that's the main reason why I got it. I just want to bulletproof this car, because I know at the track, in stock form, some people blew these engines, some people money shipped and had issues, but it was covered under warranty. Me, I already knew I was going to avoid the warranty, but I wanted that cam. So yeah, and I know what power goals I want to get. So that's that right there, man. And that is my like 4 or 5 reasons on why I chose the SS1LE over the ZL1 1LE. Shout out to the MOC, man. You know, that's Q the Chaotic, 100 Gang Nate, and Race Car Friends, man, because they all had Camaros. They all understand where I'm coming from, but I'm the only one out of all of us that tracked the car the most. Nate, he got his first ZL1 1LE. Shout out to him. I'm mad that he had to let it go, but it is what it is. Y'all check out his content on his new car that he just got. Man, I'm so happy for him, man, because he made a nice power move. And if you're a car enthusiast, you'll respect it. Shout out to Q, because he got him an M2. So that's like a SS1LE, and he came from a ZL1, so that's like a German SS1LE. And then you got Cass, he right here with me, man. He know what's up. He got the SS1LE, so he know what it's about. He know about that NA lifestyle, man. Also, I want to just clear this misconception, man, because there's a lot of talk on the internet too. I'm gonna clear this up because I know this, but a lot of people don't know this. People feel like if you just building your car to be an NA platform car, whether you get a 416 or 427 or a heads and cam, man, like, just to keep it all the way 100 with you guys, it is more expensive to build the NA platform than it is to get the ZL1 1LEs. If we're talking price for price. Now, everybody is different. Now, everybody MSRP is different, but I'm referring to like when you buying the car from factory, brand new, and you mod it up. Like, that's a huge misconception. Like, NA cars is more expensive to build than it is the supercharged cars. Now, don't get me wrong, if I kept my red car, then I would say, oh yeah, it's a little bit less to build because I got that old car for it still, but I made money off of it. But that's the one misconception I want to just draw up for you guys. But like that, man, if you guys enjoyed this video, y'all know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe, and if y'all like content like this, man, or you like the videos I've been doing, support the brand, man. Go to Team 4 Motorsports, because that's where time flies when you drive, man. And I'll see you guys in the next video.